Noblemen and magistrates, welcome to the philosophical and political pantheon of all things forrest, fenn, narrated by the Christian theologian. Looks like it's about midnight here. I've been working out a lot, working out like a fiend, staying active. Now, in terms of, the news today, ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of what I've been telling you for a long time now. I read Scrapbook 215 Business Partners. I knew stuff was going on. Granny agrees 100% with me. It's all about that scrapbook. I mean, guys, I have 3 business degrees. I mean, I've studied philosophy. I got lucky on the poem. But I know shit's going on based on Scrapbook 215 Business Partners. I know it. And by the way, I do certain videos, and let me see what video. There's one video I did, it's only got like 200 views. A lot of my videos get over 400 views. Guys, you want to know where that treasure was and I explain why? Go listen to my video 44, Forrest Fenn video 44, The Parallel World of the Special Place. Up the 45-minute drive up a gravel road. I have the fucking solution. Why don't one of you go up there by Lewis Lake and show us what it looks like? God, you guys are so stubborn. It's just mind-boggling. I'm sorry, I'm frustrated, but I've been trying to tell you. The one video that probably explains it even better than any other video, it gets 200 views. You guys don't even know what video to listen to. I mean, I'm sorry. Godly, I'm not even. I got to drink some water here. I'm working out so much. Golly, guys, it should be a good day, right? Because everything I've been saying is coming to fruition. I knew it. I don't want to do these videos. Oh, by the way, first thing I had in my notepad. Thank you, Dow. Thank you for coming clean, and I'm not saying you were guilty of anything. What I mean is, you held on the information, but you didn't have to do what you did. Thank you, Dow, because this is just, everyone knows. I mean, greater than 99.99% chance yes, someone would get that treasure. I'm going to read it all to you. I've only really read it one time. I'm going to talk about a few other things, but guys, I don't do these videos very often. When I used to do more videos, I could get in a rhythm and I could do them better. I feel like I struggle on the videos. I apologize, but so bear with me, let me get some water. I don't drink enough water, guys. Okay. Email. Chase is over. From Forrest Fenn. Hold on, I took a bunch of screenshots. I haven't even, my bad. It's the weekend. I haven't even printed it yet. I will eventually. But the first thing going through my mind is like, I gotta get the screenshots, because what if somehow, he takes it down? I'm like, I gotta, you know what I mean? So that's why I did that. But, from Forrest Fenn, December 7th, 10:38 a.m., 2019, to Dow. Email, the chase is over. Okay, I guess that's what Dow put. I thought Finn put that, but my bad. All right, in December of 2019, the burden of the chase was beginning to take its toll on Forrest. He was considering ending the chase and wrote me the following note, which resulted in the discussion below. Dow, this is something I'm thinking about and have not decided to do. So, remember though, I'm already interjecting with my own thoughts. Well, I feel pretty confident, that giving it away, I already had it figured out. But October, what was it? Scrapbook 215 Business Partners, October 2019, he's teasing me. He already had someone get it. And then November 4th, in that video, S corporations. There are some S subchapter S's to that rule, or whoever finds it. So remember, so he goes, this is something I am thinking about and have not decided to do. So the fact that Why would you just say? Why wouldn't you just say this is something I am thinking about? When you say and have not decided to do, that makes it sound like you have decided to do it, like you already did it. You already did it. So with all the crazy stuff, what was it I said? Got up there around July 20th. I believe that treasure was gone. I didn't go up to the rock outcropping, didn't know about the 3 rock blaze at the time. I believe that treasure was already gone. So, because that sounds so weird, starting again. This is something I'm thinking about and have not decided to do. that first sentence makes it sound like you already did it. You already did it. You know, it is only a draft. Okay, there it is again. It is only a draft. Okay, you really want us to know you haven't done it yet, Forrest, have you? Come on, dude. I wanted to get your... By the way, I'm not getting to it right away because it's just comical. Guys, there's so much stuff on the internet. It's just... People are going to figure out what happened. That's what's going on. And Dow is a huge part of that. Thank you, Dow. Okay, I wanted to get your opinion. What would it do to you? Please give me your candid opinion. The chase is over. Most of the Rocky Mountains are covered with snow and ice, and many nighttime temperatures are hovering around zero. Nevertheless, more than a few searchers continue to ignore warnings and venture into very dangerous situations, putting their lives in peril. If you are searching alone, which compounds the risk. 4 searchers have tragically lost their lives while looking for the treasure. The authorities believe one drowning was preceded by a bear attack. Everyone is responsible for their own actions, and too many put safety aside to play their solve. 2 years ago, the state police chief requested that I call off the search. I resisted, and although no loss of life has occurred since that time, situations are different, and the deportment of the searching public has changed. Many of the emails I received each day indicate that more people are willing to take risks beyond the norm, despite my warnings not to search, where an 80-year-old man could not go twice in one afternoon. There are other reasons that prompted my decision to stop the search. I will list a few. So then he just starts listening. Golly. Number 1, man sent me a letter saying that one of my granddaughters was a treasure and he was coming for her. He threatened my life and hers. As a result, the man has been incarcerated for more than 3.5 years. Number 2, we have dialed 911 3 times. Each time the searcher was led away in handcuffs. One arrested a police officer on the ground before he was subdued. Number 3, another searcher, kicked a door down to gain access to my property. He then shattered a glass door with an axe and was removing a wooden chest when my daughter and I held him at gunpoint until the SWAT team arrived. Number 4, a searcher was arrested in Yellowstone Park for violating several laws and spent 7 days in jail. Number 5, there have been 7 death threats, 4 people lost and had to be rescued, 2 blackmail attempts, 2 lawsuits, and several threats of bodily harm, 1 against a woman. There was 1 murder threat. Although many searchers have claimed to have found the treasure chest, it is still where I hid it more than 10 years ago. My original motive to get kids off the couch, get out of the game rooms, is no longer valid, and I regret that. But for more than 10 years, the chase has been very effective in that department. Hopefully, families will continue to visit the great outdoors when the weather is good. After consulting with several people, the decision was unanimous to stop the search. There's Scrapbook 215 business partners. After consulting with several people, the decision was unanimous to stop the search. I will cause the treasure chest to be photographed. I don't even know how to pronounce that. In situ and then retrieved. So, okay, 1 second. Alright, continuing on. I'll cause the treasure chest to be photographed in situ and then retrieved. The photos will be posted on this site. So, in situ, in the original place. I mean, everything. This Billy Bob Stoof guy's a fraud. Guy didn't find it. Scrapbook 215 business partner. I mean, this is all happening. The photos will be posted on this site. I will no longer read or respond to any emails about the search. As of now, it's 12/10/2019. The chase is over. Forrest. So, and Granny just going bonkers. Everybody's going bonkers because of that one sentence. I will cause the treasure chest to be photographed in situ and then retrieved. I mean, photographed on site. So there's no finder. There's no legitimate finder. I mean, it's just... And then Dow, December 7th. Why is getting kids off the couch and out of the game room no longer valid? Fenn, if the treasure's no longer available, there would be no incentive to go into the mountains, forrest. Of course, but if you hide a time capsule in its place, folks could still try to solve the poem and follow the clues. No money at the end, but still fun. Or is that defeating the purpose of retrieving the chest? Fenn, I like that idea. I'm leaning toward retrieving the chest, and we'll probably do it sometime before the next search season. I like that idea. I'm leaning... He already got it, by the way, in my opinion. It doesn't really matter that much. I mean, if I'm right, it matters for me, because then I can say, well, I guess I could have got the treasure, right, before he picked it up. That's if I'm right. I'm pretty damn sure I have it right. He goes, I like that idea. I'm leaning toward retrieving the chest, and we'll probably do it sometime before the next search season. So, godly. Doing it before the next search season, yeah. So, that was December 7th. I just think he already got it. That summer of 2019. I guess it doesn't matter that much, huh? The following March, COVID was in a full tilt boogie in the USA, and many states were closing their borders to out-of-staters. Forrest was rethinking his position from the previous December. When we were still a COVID-free nation, it was still too early to retrieve the chest due to winter conditions in the mountains, and Forrest was now concerned about folks searching during the epidemic. 1 second. Okay. The following conversation began with Forrest sending me a simple note. Do you think I should suspend the search? Many search places are closed, Forrest. How is he going to suspend the search? That was March 27th, 2020. Many states have stay-at-home orders. Some searchers travel long distances in a car with someone who may have the virus. If you travel, you must interact with people at gas stations, motels, etc. I wasn't thinking about the weather. I just don't know, Forrest. I hadn't considered that as an option. It's a decision with many subtle implications. It seems to me that suspending the chase puts you in direct control of when where folks search, that you can turn it on or off when you please. You move from a hands-off position to a supervisory position. It doesn't seem to me that you would want to claim that responsibility. I don't think you should suspend it. Additionally, if you did, won't some searchers say that proves the chest is located someplace that is now closed to public access? Wouldn't that encourage some searchers to run out and look on closed land? You never suspended it in winter. You just suggested that winter is a good time to stay home and plan. Maybe an alternative would be to suggest that searchers need to use extreme caution, not only against the virus, but also in planning. Many state and federal lands are closed. Campgrounds are closed. Restaurants are closed. Many gas stations and convenience stores are closed. Practically all tourist activities are shut down. No one should break the law or put themselves or others at risk. The search is meant to be fun, not dangerous, etc. What do you think, Dow? 1 second. Fenn, what if instead of using the word shut down you put on, or wait, this from Dow. What if instead of using the word shut down you put out a message warning people that this is a bad time to search? Mention all the services that are shut down. That term is much too dangerous now. That seems to be the offenses. That seems to be the best answer. I've already started writing it. And so Forrest wrote a warning about continuing the search during the epidemic, and it was published on several of the blogs. Forrest was very interested in ending the chase if he could. And in June, he announced it was found. Guys, I mean, it's so crazy, man. I mean, it's so obvious. I mean, what is Scrapbook 215 business partner Billy Bob Stoop gonna say to this? He's a fraud. He is 100% a fraud. He didn't find it. It's just that's why he called Forrest. Can I take the treasure for tax implications? S corporation. And then he gives it to Forrest, and then it stays in Santa Fe. I mean, he's not. This guy. This guy is masquerading as if he's some smart dude. The guy is a clown. He's a complete clown. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just crazy, guys. But hold on. I'm gonna continue. I just wanna stop this and then add to it. Now, shifting gears here just a little bit, in terms of feeling sorry for Forrest, and, the money never went to the cancer fund, on the books, making a lot of money off the books, and, poor Forrest, on how this, he didn't know what was going on, guys, Mars, not now. Nope, not now. Not now. Golly. And, in terms of all that, I think it's just, it's laughable. I mean, because he was so crude and evil in those scrapbooks. I mean, he was so upset. He was just being evil. He was 100% being evil in some of those scrapbooks. I mean, I think he freaked out because, he said 100 to 1,000 years on the poem being solved, and there was a lot of literalness to the poem, but then there was the metaphysics. He didn't think it was solvable, and he freaked out when he knew it was solved. I've been preaching for, I don't remember what video it was. I went over all the criteria of histrionic personality disorder, HPD, and if you have HPD, I said at least a 50% chance he was a sociopath. And I've got some very, very interesting stuff to read to you about a sociopath if he was, and I believe strong possibility. I mean, especially even more after seeing that email exchange with Dow. I mean, it's just insane. So, guys, what I'm about to read to you can help a lot of people with dealing with sociopaths. I mean, this is from datingasociopath.com. Duper's Delight and the Joy of Conning. It's going to blow your mind. It's very short, but it's unbelievable. One thing that a sociopath feels is Duper's delight. A sociopath doesn't feel too many emotions. He can feel lots of things: anger, narcissistic rage, jealousy, paranoia, if it's a feeling, but they don't actually feel real feelings like other people feel. It's kind of an empty space. Again, a sociopath doesn't feel too many emotions. He can feel lots of things: anger, narcissistic rage, jealousy, paranoia, if it's a feeling, but they don't actually feel real feelings like other people feel. It's kind of an empty space. Because of this, sociopaths struggle with boredom and ways to get excitement, the thrill of the chase. Because of this, sociopaths struggle with boredom and ways to get excitement. One way that they can get a rush is by manipulation and deceit and deliberately conning someone. This is called Duper's Delight. The rush that they feel when they are conning someone who they feel is more stupid and can't see through their lies. When found out, they do not feel bad for hurting you, and they do not feel remorse or shame. Instead, they feel a rush of endorphins, which for a sociopath is described as Duper's Delight. This can be addictive. Again, this can be addictive. An addiction to experiencing that rush of endorphins, and so they repeat this behavior again and again. This is one of the reasons why sociopaths cannot be rehabilitated. They cannot change because they feel empty inside. Repeat. They cannot change because they feel empty inside. They become addicted to this rush of adrenaline. They become addicted to this rush of adrenaline that they feel by conning someone. To them, it is your own fault for being so stupid and so gullible. And if you take them back, they will only do the same thing over again, thinking you must be even more stupid than they thought you were originally. They will make empty false promises that they will change, that they have changed, but these are merely just words. A sociopath lives on words. Unfortunately, there is rarely any correlation between words and actions. Guys, if you're dealing with what you think is a sociopath, I would read those few paragraphs 10 times minimum. I mean, you just have to know that they, I don't want to say the wrong thing. They can't feel many emotions, okay? And it's kind of, they don't actually feel real feelings like other people feel. It's kind of an empty space. But they want they struggle with boredom in ways to get excitement. One way that they get that rush is by manipulation and deceit. So, guys, I mean, he thinks this is all a game. And another thing about sociopaths, I have so many of those articles memorized. Oh my God. But another thing, a different article was sociopaths. There's two things they go by. Winning, they have to win, and life is a game. Two things. A lot more other important stuff, but life is about winning. Everything is a game. Everything is a game, and they have to win. Everything is a game, and they have to win. And they want Duper's delight because they don't feel many emotions. And then what if someone figures out the literalness of the poem with the metaphysics of the cold-blooded snake bite? If you are brave and in the wormwood. Wormwood's the same thing as sagebrush. The archetype of the serpents, snakes, dragons, alligators. He thought it was impossible. He freaked out. Because sociopaths, they have to win. He was losing. He was losing. And if I am right, I didn't worship the guy. I saw through him. Everything. It's all a game. All life is a game. It's just a game. And the only thing that matters is winning. He wore himself out. He wore himself out. So in terms of that email exchange, in the very first sentence sounds so weird. He had already done it. I'll go back and read it. He had already done it. So, I mean, it's just, let me see. Now, this is something I'm thinking about and it sounds so weird. This is something I'm thinking about and have not decided to do. Had you not done it, when did you say, this is something I'm thinking about and have not decided to do yet? Instead of, this is something I'm thinking about and have not decided to do. That tells me you are. If I was down and he sent that to me, the first thing to go through my mind is I'd be like, okay, this is something I am thinking about and have not decided to do. I'd be like, God, that sounds weird. I'd be like, you already did it. I'd be thinking you already did it. So, guys, he freaked out. Because if I am right on the HPD and, possibility of a sociopath, not calling him that, but life is a game. All that matters is winning, and you got to get that Duper's delight in, So, guys, I called it. I called it from the beginning. Scrapbook 215 Business Partners, October 2019, November 4th, S Corporation. There are some subchapter S's to whoever finds the treasure. I mean, the forrest.treasure.com, escrow and field. Guys, it's all out there. I know how he functions. He couldn't take it. That someone figured it out. And then, I have my own personal theories on just, certain things in life in general. And everybody has different thoughts, right? And, sociopaths, they can't really feel shame. They don't have a conscience. They can't love. Conscience. I said that right. And then they can't love. They don't really feel shame, but I believe what can happen with the sociopath, if you show what can happen is they all of a sudden one day they just feel what can happen is they go from never having a day of shame in their whole life to where it just all builds up, and then they feel shame for the first time in their life, and then sometimes they kill themselves. I think that's sometimes what happens. I think he was so wrapped up in life is a game, you know, revenge. I'm always getting the best of everybody in my books, and I'm telling everybody how I'm getting the best of them. I always get the best of everybody, and then someone figures out your poem, dude, and they don't even really care, and then calling you out on all of the crazy evil behavior on those latter scrapbooks, and then you're like, you sabotage everything, your whole legacy, you sabotage all of it, and then you finally feel shame, and then, I mean, dude, if I was right, I was giving you song dedications. What did you want? I I mean, were you just upset someone? I mean, I was complimenting the guy so much, and I guess I guess what it was whoever, if someone would have figured it out, he couldn't take it. It just sounds absolutely uh, you know, mind-boggling. That okay, because the guy who, if someone wrote a poem, you'd be like, okay, he wants it to be figured out, but it might be just as simple as he he had a psychotic break. He broke down. He thought someone figured it out, and it just seems like the wheel. It just I could be wrong. Lots going on, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the wheels came off the track as soon as someone was about to find the treasure. I mean, just everything. The wheels came off the track. I mean, we didn't even know. We didn't even know who was posting those. I mean, scrapbooks. It didn't even seem like the kind, and uh, I don't want to say loving force fan, because if I'm right on the personality stuff, but the books, even though there was some revenge going on, it just in the early scrapbooks, everything seemed so good, with the naturalistic fallacy, and then all of a sudden it was like, wow, okay, by the way, guys, I'm going off on a tangent, but if I am right, guys, why do I feel guilty for figuring this out? Why? Why? That's the $1 million question. No pun intended. Why do I feel guilty? I mean, why do I feel guilty for figuring this out? That's just, God. Things are so crazy. I don't even want to release my identity. I mean, why do I feel guilty for figuring this out? That is that's how, God, I don't know if I've told you that. That's the most fucking crazy thing. I do. I feel guilty. I felt guilty for months. I haven't really told you that. I guess it just wasn't the best experience for me, Me and my brother, it just was, it wasn't the funnest experience. But beyond that, I mean, I guess that had a lot to do with it. But I guess it was such a bad experience all the way around that I mean, I'm not trying to get you to feel sorry for me, but I'm just sitting here right now, and I'm just like, you know, I feel bad. I feel bad. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Who was that? The scrapbook, the fraudulent scrapbook 250 business partner Billy Buffs too? No, he's just read that from a script. I fucking feel that right now. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I mean, because I mean, how can things be this fucked up? How? How can things like I pray like one day, I don't know if it's 6 months from now, if it's 6 years from now, but one day I can be like, okay, maybe I let it be known who I am, and it's a good thing, you know, and it's a cool thing, you know. I figured it out, and you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe I think I will feel like that. I think, and I've wondered, you know, over the last year or so, I've wondered to myself, every once in a while, I do feel like that, but it's very momentary. Like it's very, I'll be like, wow, I did it. But then with all the other stuff, it's like I don't even, for most of the time, 98% of the time, I can't even celebrate that I'm the one. But I think eventually I'll get there. You know, I'm really rambling on. My bad. But one second, I wanted to go over one more. Let me stop it and then start it again. You know, in terms of, you know, the past litigation and whatnot, I'm at the point now, you know, where I think there needs to be lawsuits involved, like the government needs to get involved, you know, and in terms of, you know, if there's not a class action lawsuit and, you know, certain legal parties, then I'm at the point now where I would consider those legal parties involved to actually be what's called controlled opposition. You guys know I've studied conspiracy theories, even though I don't like to get into them. But now, what is controlled opposition? It's all just my opinion. This is an opinion, but in terms of certain legal parties, if you're doing your own thing, it's just I can have my own opinion, and you're not going class action lawsuit and doing the right thing, then I'm at the point I can consider you controlled opposition from the very beginning. What is controlled opposition? It's fascinating. Controlled opposition is when a deliberate attempt is made to either create an opposing effort to any existing power base or to obtain control of any opposition to one's own efforts. Some protest movements are actually being led by government or corporate agents. Again, some protest movements are actually being led by government or corporate agents. So they control, it's all smoke and mirrors. So, you know, when, Billy Bob Stoof, his name was forced to come out, first thing I was kind of thinking, I haven't mentioned it, was I wasn't for sure, but I was like, is this controlled opposition? Or, you know, some of the, I'm not saying any names or anything, just not all of them, but, you know, lawsuits or whatever, and were some of the litigation, was this controlled opposition from the very beginning? Was this controlled opposition from the very beginning? If certain legal entities are not going class action lawsuit, it's just my opinion, I consider them to be controlled opposition from the very beginning by forrest fenn. Forrest Fenn creating the controlled opposition. You know, and his name comes out, you know, it could have been, that record could have been sealed. So it appeared that the name was forced to come out, and it's musical chairs. And guys, just Google controlled opposition, spend a couple hours on it. You're going to be like, okay, certain legal entities, where is the class action lawsuit? If I'm not seeing it, I'm starting to think it's controlled opposition. Okay? That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. Okay? So, I mean, come on now. Come on. So, pretty much covered, you know, all of it, but again, I think my 50-part video series is going to age pretty damn well. Scrapbook 215 business partners. That's all it is. That's all it is, guys. Looks like I had, and also this ups my my conviction and my winning solve from 50-55% all the way up to 70 to 75%, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get up there to Lewis Lake. I said that there was 2 lines of metaphysics, but it was really 1 line of metaphysics. It was just a cold-blooded snake bite. Wormwood is sagebrush, so that's not metaphysics, right? So I was saying there's 2 lines of metaphysics. It's just that 1 line, but it got everybody. So it just wasn't, guys. There was more than 9. There was 11, and the 10th one had the metaphysics. And then 10 of the 11 were literal, and then you had to know wormwood was sagebrush. Godly, you had to know wormwood was sagebrush. So it was just a big old batch of sagebrush up there, Lewis Lake. You know, and again, do yourself a favor, and please, I implore you to peruse forrest fenn video 44 post haste, and understand that my video 44 is explaining the about 3 or 4 scrapbooks and the parallel world of the operator story. So guys, it only got about 200 views. I mean, this information, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm patting myself on the back, but it's been out there, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's been out there, guys. Why do you think I haven't made a video in 6, 7, 8 weeks? Do you know why? I don't want to dilute the quality. It's available. Guys, it's there for you. It's available. Go back. Go over the videos. I'm not saying you have to watch every one, but I mean, these videos are, it's just out there. I mean, it's just available. I mean, you know, I mean, ever since, let me see. I mean, I did a T.S. Eliot with the cool movie clip explaining the T.S. Eliot. It only got 78 views. I did a Kerwin solve versus Lewis Lake solve. It's at 134 views. I mean, I did the philosophy. I should have labeled these the right way, you know. The philosophy of warm waters, where warm waters halt, 323 views. But I mean, in the fraudulent activity, you know, is this the correct solve 1 year ago? Only 128 views. Forrest fenn follow-up, 19 minutes, good video. It talks about Samuel Alexander, realist metaphysics. That got 312 views. Lewis Lake solve explained. It's only been sitting at about 620, 630, 640 for a long time. Come on, guys. I mean, get the word out. Forrest fenn video 31, 51 minutes. It only got 181 views. Why we shouldn't be surprised. Treasure chest found. The Tarnished Legacy, 208 views. The $1 Million Question, Scrapbook 215 Business Partners, 137 views. Fenn, wait until June 1st, found in May, question mark, 157 views. You know, forrest fenn video, I should have just titled these by number, all of them, my bad, but forrest fenn video 32, go ahead and start around there somewhere. We'll start around, is this the correct solve? With 128 views. And then don't just go by the number. Just go by, click my profile and go by the videos. I mean, T.S. Eliot is an awesome movie clip. I mean, it's unbelievable. 78 views. I mean, forrest fenn video 34, 383. And then forrest fenn video 35, 328. Video 36, 544. And then, hold on, video 39 only got 124. That's because I did it, like, I had been waiting to upload it. And then forrest fenn video 40 is where I'm really talking about the business partner. But Yeah, forrest fenn video 44. It's at 205 views. That needs to get up. That video needs to get up to 700 or 800 views. I mean, that's the video. I mean, that's one of the. That might be the main one. I mean, I've had some pretty good ones, but people have got to listen to video 44, And I'm sorry that I'm rambling on. I mean, I kind of enjoy doing it. I wasn't really planning on it, in terms of doing a video on the Dan Barbarisi book. I didn't really have an interest in buying the book when Street Scenes had Sasha and Jason on, and it's just the most. She did a great job of going some of the most outrageous stuff. Something in the book, it says Billy Bob Stoof didn't even have a solve. He just went out there. It said, she quoted the book. I don't need to buy the book. It's a joke. That's why I didn't make a video on it. I'm tired of it. I'm watching NBA playoffs, but didn't even have a solve. Just goes out where he thinks Fenn wanted to die, and then he found it because he saw some disturbed Earth, and that's how he found it. He did have a solve, but he saw disturbed Earth. Again, great interview. Street Scenes with Sasha and Jason a couple months ago or whatever. I'm not buying the book. I'm not wasting my time on it. I told you I was going to buy Douglas Preston's books because of how weird. I had read some weird information on Wikipedia about him, and I'm just done. Like, I didn't even want to really do these videos, but guys, I mean, it's just confirmation. This just, I had it right. I had it right, man. What is Billy Bob? Listen, what is Billy Bob Stoof gonna say? I mean, I can't pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? 1 second. So, again, Granny keeps going over it, and so do I. He broke a record. 1 second. And it's just, after consulting with several people, the decision was unanimous. Business partner, Scrapbook 2 was unanimous to stop the search. I will cause the treasure chest to be photographed in situ and then retrieved. The photos will be posted on this site. In situ in the original place. I will cause the treasure chest to be photographed in the original place and then retrieved. The photos will be posted on this site. And Granny did a video on voice analysis. I mean, you cannot tell me that on that older tourism video that son of a bitch, whoever that is on the tourism video, that is the same voice as Billy Bob Stoof. And that's an old tourism video. Fenn knew him. Fenn knew him. Get a fucking expert on voice analysis. That is the same individual, Granny, a voice analysis, tourism video, forrest fenn getting interviewed. It's the same guy. Scrapbook 215 Business Partners. I mean, it's just, guys. If you do not believe like Billy Bob Stoof is a complete fraud and Fenn had someone pick up the treasure and this is all Scrapbook 215 Business Partners, the whole thing was fraudulent activity, then $1 million point. Then if you believe that, you're controlled opposition, even from the beginning. If you do not, you're controlled opposition. Now, I know that sounds kind of goofy, but people can just be confused. That doesn't make any sense what I'm saying, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's just a lot of these people, it's getting to the point now, if you don't pick the right side, and you're someone that was close to forrest fenn, you are controlled opposition. You are controlled opposition. Forrest Fenn's controlled opposition. And I will end with going over that one more time. Controlled opposition is when a deliberate attempt is made to either create an opposing effort to any existing power base or to obtain control of any opposition to one's own efforts. Some protest movements are actually being led by government or corporate agents. So, I'm not stupid. We're not stupid. I'm explaining Scrapbook 215 business partners. I'm explaining how a sociopath operates with Duper's delight. And ladies and gentlemen, I am explaining controlled opposition. Okay? Okay? So, come on, man. You can't outsmart me. It's just come on, man. Checkmate a long time ago. Checkmate. So it's just it's a joke. It's a complete joke. At least my 50-55 part video series, it's out there. It's all explained. It's all been explained. And again, I'm trying to do the right thing. Maybe Dow, he loves searching. I don't know. Maybe he went to where I thought the treasure was or something. And Dow's a good guy for doing what he did. And, and from within 24 hours, yeah, I did it for some selfish reasons because I was pissed. But I also did it for some altruistic reasons. Selfish and altruistic. I posted the solve within 24 hours of June 6th. So, me and Dow, we're trying to do our parts, and come on, there's other people, just admit it, man. It's all Scrapbook 215 business partners. If you're part of the business network, come clean. Just come clean with it, man. Just come clean with it, man. Because guess what? This was just... I'm tired out, guys. I told you I've been working out a lot. And this today was just a breakthrough. Today is just 90 to 99% of the people are just... It's just... That's what happened. He had someone pick it up. 100%. When is Billy Bob Stooth going to come out and admit he is a Scrapbook 215 business partner? And again, with all this shit hitting the fan, why is it so hard to say where the freaking treasure was? Why is that so hard? I mean, God, what they're like, I'm okay, guys, but like, I'm really complaining, my bad, but like what they're putting the community through, like, guys, this is old. People just want to move on with their lives. Like, just someone, where was the treasure? I mean, God, where was it? Why is this so, like, what I'm trying to say, why is this so difficult? Why is it so difficult? I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. I mean, now at this point, it's like... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm really rambling on, but God, I can't even think clearly, guys. Okay, so Fenn is just jumping through all these hoops, right? He's just making all of these executive decisions, right? He's making, okay, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm tired, guys, I'm sorry. I'm mentally tired too. And physically. And so he's just making all these decisions, jumping through all these hoops, and then so then he has someone. Okay, so say he has someone pick it up, right? So say he has someone pick it up. Why don't you just say where it was? Because you had someone pick it up, right? Why not just be honest and say all those excuses you gave Dow? Right? Are you guys following me? I'm not going to go through it right now. All those excuses, okay? Follow me for a second. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm about to make a great point. All those excuses. Okay. Go ahead and post that to the entire public and then say, I'm sorry, guys. This is just taking a toll on my family and me. I got to pick up the treasure. But here's where it was. Okay? Here's where the treasure was. Instead, you have someone pick it up and you lie about it, and then it looks like you're getting Duper's delight. And then you lie about it, right? And then you lie about it, and then you won't say where it was. Well, Scrapbook 215 business partners, 50-50. Guess what? You wanted to go a little Duper's delight, and you wanted half of that treasure. You wanted it. You needed the money. So don't act like, I mean, don't act like you're ending it because you're stressed out. Because that's the case, you could have told the entire world you were stressed out, and then you could have given us the satisfaction of where it was. But instead, you're just gonna tell Dow you're stressed out, and then you're gonna get half that treasure back for yourself. You wanted the money, didn't you? You wanted the money. You saw gold going up in price, and you know what? If you're gonna put us through all this bullshit, at least just, I would have had so much more respect if he just would have said, if he would have been like, I gotta end the treasure hunt, and this is where it was. Okay, I get it, but guess what? You're not being upfront about a fucking thing. You're not being upfront about anything. That's it. Gotta wrap it up. In terms of me doing another recording, hopefully it's one every 6 to 8 months, something like that. I mean, it's just taking a toll. I mean, well, it's not taking a toll on me, but it takes a toll when it's like, okay, let's revisit this. Let's talk about Scrapbook 215 business partners, and I think I had it right. And yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. I told you, none of this is ideal for me. So it takes a little bit of a toll when I have to revisit all this stuff. So, okay, so what's next in the force fin thing? I mean, yeah, guilty pleasure. I'm gonna be listening to a lot of videos over the next 2 weeks. I don't want to do another video anytime soon, but what could happen next? I don't know, class action lawsuit. I don't know, but in terms of like, when is the community or the DA or whatever, someone in the government is just going to say, I mean, when are they going to say the force fin community has just been like abused really bad? Like, I mean, it just comes a point in time where it's like, I mean, how much stuff can you really do? I mean, how many lies can you just keep telling? I mean, it's just. So anyway, in terms of that, I mean, Dow had enough. You can tell Dow had enough. He wasn't. I don't believe Fenn ever thought he would give up the information, but I explained it with naturalistic fallacy, and and maybe Dow's read philosophy, and he's very well versed in that. And Dow was thinking about how fucked up this was with naturalistic fallacy, and he had enough. I couldn't salute him anymore. I know he said it on the information, but or he sit on the information for a while. But look at all the other people that probably plan to permanently never say a word, and he came out so with the info. Thank you again, Dow. And let me upload this, and we're getting some more answers. Today was a breakthrough milestone. Unbelievable. I could have posted a video of 1 hour of silence, of not saying a word, and that would have still spoken volumes. That's how crazy today was. And that wraps it up. We shall talk to you later.